On this Thursday night, saying goodbye to Aretha Franklin and understanding the legacy she leaves behind. From preacher's daughter to civil rights leader and champion of women to sublime soul singer. Paying tribute and spelling it out, R-E-S-B-E-C-T.
Also tonight, Canada and Russia don't always see eye to eye, but in at least one very special place, they do. We'll take you there to show you how Canada's next astronaut, David Saint-Jacques, is preparing for an international trip to the stars. Lots of time to talk world politics. This is The National.
She was the queen of soul, a musical giant, a cultural touchstone for decades, but perhaps more than anything, she was authentic. Tonight, we remember the incomparable Aretha Franklin. It's not everyone who can reduce the leader of the free world to tears, as she did just 3 years ago at the Kennedy Arts Center. The Obamas will certainly be thinking of their time with Aretha Franklin tonight. And her passing even inspired a rare public expression of sensitivity from the current occupant of the Oval Office.
People loved Aretha. She's a special woman, so I just want to pass on my warmest best wishes and sympathies to her family.
The expression is the soundtrack of my life.
Meanwhile, fans have been saying goodbye and paying their respects at New York's Apollo Theater, at her birthplace in Memphis, Tennessee, and in Detroit, the city she proudly called home for more than 70 years, and at her star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. In an age of ubiquitous celebrity worship, in which a lot of fame is arguably undeserved, Aretha Franklin's towering accomplishments only stand that much higher. Our Deanna Sumanak-Johnson explores why Aretha Franklin meant so much to so many.
You make me feel like a natural woman.
Maybe it was in her genes. Aretha Franklin's father was a Baptist preacher known as the man with $1 million voice.
My father, if he had not been a minister, he could have been one of the great singers of all time. He was an excellent vocalist, and he coached me.
You're no good, heartbreaker.
But Aretha Franklin also earned that soul in her voice through a tough life. Her mother passed away when she was 10. And she became a mother herself just 2 years later. But Franklin pushed on. As a black musician in racially fraught times, the struggles she faced were real and reverberated through her voice.
She crosses all racial lines. I love that it didn't matter to her how much chaos racially, politically, socioeconomically was whirlwinding around her. The woman knew what she was put on this earth to do.
Guess what?
In 1967, she recorded what was originally Otis Redding's song about a hard-working man asking his woman for some respect at home. But Franklin and her sister Carolyn added the "Sock It To Me" background vocals, and that famous spelling, and a feminist anthem was born.
She embraced her sound. She embraced the fingerprint of her voice. She didn't try to sound like anybody else. And whether she was doing a simple or an actual word, she did it exactly how she would do it.
That authenticity, always sounding like herself, no matter what the tune, also helped Franklin adapt to the changing musical styles as the decades rolled on.
I'm sure it was not lost on her how much she could have been pigeonholed to stay in her own lane, but that's not Aretha. Aretha isn't staying in anybody's lane. Aretha is creating the lane.
In her later years, she got to see the fruits of a life spent following her instincts, politically and musically. In 2009, the daughter of a civil rights preacher got to sing at the inauguration of the first black president of the United States.
From the
Aretha Franklin was 76. Deanna Subanak-Johnson, CBC News, Toronto.
That music just lifts you up. The avalanche of respect and appreciation for Aretha Franklin has been pouring in all day from politicians, civic leaders, and performers across the musical spectrum.
I was able to touch the warmth of her hand and her forehead and kiss her one last time. We've known each other for nearly 60 years, since I was a teenager.
A visibly distraught Jesse Jackson earlier today. The civil rights icon shared a close, lifelong friendship with Franklin. Also paying his respects, Congressman and civil rights leader John Lewis.
We have lost one of the great spirits of our time. Aretha inspired all of us with her unbelievable capacity and ability to make us smile, to be happy.
Here's how the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame honored Franklin today.
We're playing her music all day long on our loudspeakers in the museum. We've lowered our flag.
Social media also lit up in tribute. In her voice, we could feel our history, our power, and our pain, our darkness, and our light, tweeted Barack Obama. Elton John called her loss a blow for everybody who loves real music. While an artist considered one of the greatest of her era, Lauryn Hill said, "Thank you, Ms. Aretha Franklin, for sharing your anointed gifts with us. They changed the world." The loss of Aretha Franklin will be especially felt today and in the days ahead in her hometown of Detroit. And as Salima Shivji tells us, in many ways, her history is very much tied to that city.
The flowers pile up at the church where it all began for Aretha Franklin, many of them purple, the color of royalty, a tribute to the Queen of Soul.
You know, Aretha, she's more than a singer. And she's a singer that, you know, will pull your heart out.
She's a legend, you know, she's a legend. She's history, she's Detroit.
The loss for this city felt keenly.
Aretha is part of the core fabric of the city of Detroit, and she's really a gift to the world.
It was with this church, where her pastor father led from the pulpit, that she found her voice in the gospel choir.
That shame.
All preparation for her taking her place in the pantheon of American music. Today, the church was filled with gratitude for her music.
The Queen of Soul means so much to all of us, especially us here at New Bethel.
Franklin always held this town dear, coming back to her church year after year.
Detroit has been with me ever since then. They were there when no one else knew who I was.
Franklin's strength for so many here is that her music brought Black culture to the forefront. Her most well-known song became an anthem for not only the civil rights movement, but also much more, says this pastor.
That's why people are playing Respect, because Respect was a song that came out of '67 in terms of people needing to have dignity and respect. And then the women took it.
What's more, he says, is what Aretha Franklin did quietly for others in the town she loved so much.
Every year, she would have these dinners, and she would feed people in the community. There were funerals, a lot of people don't know it, that Aretha Franklin paid for. She did a lot of things that were indiscreet, and she didn't want any kind of publicity for it. That's the kind of person that she was.
As they say goodbye, her church family is focusing on celebrating her life and the music she left behind.
At the end of the day, we know she's in a better place rejoicing and singing songs up there too.
Salima is in Detroit tonight, where there are people celebrating Franklin's life, as we saw there. Okay, Salima, I know you haven't been there so long, but have you had a chance to get a sense of the mood there?
Well, Rosie, really there is sadness, of course, as Detroit says bye to their own personal queen, but it's mixed with that celebration that you saw. People were dancing here earlier, breaking out into song, you know, some people riding bicycles down the street, blaring Aretha Franklin's music. So there's that sense of, you know, honoring a life and legacy and honoring that music, the celebration mixed in with that sadness.
Okay, and what can we expect there over the next few days? Do we have a sense of that yet?
Well, we haven't heard of any formal events being organized, but you can really expect, you know, more people stopping by here. There are those books of condolences to sign, and people really paying tribute to her, sort of cropping up, little celebrations cropping up around the city, as we've seen all day today. In terms of funeral arrangements, we do expect to hear more about that early next week from a spokesperson for Aretha Franklin and the family, but we do know that there will be multiple events here in Detroit.
Okay, Salima, thanks for that in Detroit tonight. Ahead on The National, Aretha Franklin, in her own words, why she called herself the lady next door. Plus, we'll explore her lasting legacy with a friend who knew her well.
We'll also get an inside look at how David Saint-Jacques is training in Russia to become the next Canadian in space. And Rosie, like he doesn't have enough on his plate, overcoming politics is apparently one thing on his mind.
Sheesh. But first, Conservative leader Andrew Scheer is distancing himself tonight from Maxime Bernier. And it is all because of Bernier's provocative Twitter comments about diversity. Scheer spoke publicly for the first time today about the controversy, and as Catherine Cullen tells us, it could be a chance for Scheer to prove himself as party leader.
As I said, you know, he's an individual member of Parliament. He doesn't speak for the party. I think Canadians know where we stand for.
He doesn't speak for the party.
He speaks for himself. Yeah.
Is that the case
Today is about distancing, but just over a year ago, it was all about embracing. After Andrew Scheer narrowly beat out Maxime Bernier, he hoped Bernier would be an ally.
I know I can count on you. Thank you so much.
Instead, he may be Scheer's biggest test. First, there was Bernier's book saying Scheer won thanks to fake conservatives. That lost him his critic portfolio. Now it's tweets warning against the cult of diversity and extreme multiculturalism, saying it could lead to violence and destroy what has made us such a great country. Bernier has even said he'll tour the country promoting his views, which sounds something like a leadership tour. Many Conservative MPs aren't happy.
That we should be focusing on bigger issues than issues of this kind of nature.
And it's been ammunition for political opponents.
They still look at the politics of division as a way of drawing political advantage.
But there are questions about how hard Scheer can push back, given his own stance on free speech.
We believe that debate and free speech is a fundamental principle of our Canadian democracy.
And if he did want to kick Bernier out of caucus, he can't do it alone.
We decide those things as a team, as a caucus.
And there's the question of Bernier's political clout. He's shown fundraising power, and he's a well-known Quebec MP at a time the party wants to grow in the province. The CBC's polls analyst says the Conservatives would have to weigh the risks of dropping him.
The damage would maybe be what Bernier would do with that, if he would be somehow more damaging to the Conservatives outside the party than he is within it.
Scheer will have to decide soon just where he'll draw the line. The Conservatives meet face-to-face in Halifax next week to set priorities for the federal election. Catherine Cullen, CBC News, Ottawa.
That'll be a good convention. As Catherine mentioned, Andrew Scheer can't just decide on his own to remove Bernier from caucus. Changes to the Parliament of Canada Act in 2015 mean two things need to happen to expel a member. First, at least 20% of the caucus needs to give written notice to request a review of the membership in question. After that, caucus members hold a secret ballot. A majority vote means the expulsion is then approved.
There's a place just about an hour outside of Moscow where you might get the impression that Russia and the West enjoy a warm, cooperative relationship. You won't find much talk about prickly points like Syria or Ukraine or election meddling. It is a place known as Star City, a training site for Russian cosmonauts. And on occasion, you'll find Westerners there too, like Canada's David Saint-Jacques. He's there right now, preparing for a mission to outer space, and he spent the day with the CBC's Moscow correspondent, Chris Brown.
Canadian David Saint-Jacques has a seat booked on probably the most physically and psychologically demanding trip out there. In mid-December, he'll blast off to the International Space Station.
It feels like many G's. I mean, it feels like you are, like someone is sitting on your chest.
For months now, he's been training in Russia, which is providing the Soyuz rocket to get him there. Saint-Jacques will be in the co-pilot seat next to pilot and four-time space traveler Russian Oleg Kononenko and U.S. rookie Anne McClare.
It feels to me like the launch pad is on top of Mount Everest. So I'm climbing Everest now.
Canadian media were invited to Russia's Space Training Center outside Moscow at Star City to meet the crew and to tour the mock-up of the space station where the astronauts train. While Saint-Jacques can speak 5 languages, for the last 2 years he's been trying to master Russian. All the training is in Russian, and the crew is expected to speak it in the capsule when they talk to mission control.
Really, communication skills are really important in that environment. And the history of human spaceflight demonstrates that most of the problems we've had you know, you could boil down to communication problems.
When it comes to cooperation between the Russian and Canadian governments, these days there really isn't much to talk about. Relations are in a deep freeze. Exploring space is a rare exception.
The Russian mission commander told us the space station is meant to be a politics-free zone where what's happening in the world beneath doesn't matter. Of course, you cannot completely get rid of politics, said Kononenko, but we find points that coincide and get solutions.
We're fortunate, astronauts and cosmonauts, that we're part of one of those few strings that still exist between the nations.
Saint-Jacques will finish training here and then head back to North America to prepare many medical experiments on the effects of space travel, experiments that he'll both oversee and undergo. Chris Brown, CBC News, Moscow.
Now, experiments make up just a fraction of Saint-Jacques' roles, because with the ISS being such a small, self-sufficient community, each of its members needs to wear many hats. So Saint-Jacques will be drawing from his past career as a physician, acting as the crew's medical officer on the space station. Also, who better to operate the Canadarm than a Canadian? Saint-Jacques holds the highest level of qualification to work that system. He blasts off for the ISS on December 20th, and he's expected to spend about 6.5 months on board. And another developing story we are tracking live tonight, the ongoing state of emergency in British Columbia. This is new video of the so-called Shovel Lake fire burning northwest of Prince George. Right now, it's the biggest fire in the entire province, and just one of more than 550 that crews are dealing with. As of tonight, more than 20,000 people have either fled their homes or have been told to have their bags packed, ready to go. And even those people who don't live right in the hot zones, across Western Canada, there is a lot of smoke. In the BC city of Burnaby today, police arrested 5 protesters as crews moved in to dismantle a pipeline protest camp. It's been there since last November. People opposed to Kinder Morgan's pipeline expansion project. The city says their campsite was unsafe, and it took a court injunction issued late last week to clear things up.
Ahead tonight on The National, Donald Trump has taken another swipe at the media after hundreds of newspapers tried to send him a message that he's putting the lives of journalists and the democracy of his country in danger.
And we'll have the story of a local paper here in Canada fighting to survive. It was on the brink of closure when the journalists who work there decided to buy it.
First, though, they've come to Winnipeg, hometown shout-out from all across the continent, a caravan of hundreds who love their Boler trailers and are ready to party.
I want to see all the other bowlers. I want to see how they're all glammed up. Yeah. Yes. And we might get some ideas then for ours.
You can make it all your own, and it's like a dollhouse. But then there's the guys, it's like their man cave on wheels. So what is it? I mean, it's amazing.
Whatever you make of it, it is a home away from home, a travel trailer with a cult following and enough kitsch to last a lifetime. It is Canadian, too. 50 years ago, the first Boler was built in Manitoba. And to mark that milestone, hundreds of people made a little road trip to Winnipeg because while these things tend to be on the small side, they're also kind of larger than life. Karen Pauls takes us there.
They're coming from all over the continent, and they're bringing their cute, colorful eggs on wheels with them.
And it weighs 1,050 pounds, tows very easily.
The little trailers with a fanatical following.
This is my 1979 Boler named Miss Daisy.
On the 50th anniversary, it's a pilgrimage to Winnipeg, the birthplace of the Boler.
In our little Boler, which as you can see, it's bigger on the inside.
And because the Boler is so small and cute, we got an awesome parking spot, as you can see.
Welcome to Winnipeg.
Paul and Sonia Dwyer and their 2 teenage daughters traveled more than 10,000 kilometers from Corner Brook, Newfoundland, through the U.S. to BC and then east to Winnipeg.
It's been a long drive.
It has.
They're excited to be here.
I want to see all the other bowlers. I want to see how they're all glammed up. Yeah. Yes. And we might get some ideas then for ours.
Right now, theirs is a charming mixture of Boler kitsch and Newfoundland culture.
You just lift up the back of the couch.
The couch converts to a bunk bed.
Lots of room to stretch out, and it's nice and cozy.
The Boler was the brainchild of Winnipegger Ray Aleko. He and his wife were avid campers and hunters.
In the middle of the summer, one time it snowed. When we woke up in the morning, we were blue. And my dad just said, that's enough, we can't do this, no more tenting.
The first Boler trailer rolled off the line in Winnipeg in 1968. It sold for about $1,500. If you can find one now, they sell for $6,000 to $8,000.
The reason why I painted it as a yellow submarine is because I was born the year the song came out, and the Boler was built the year the movie came out.
This is the 17th Boler ever made. It's all 60s all the time.
Usually the bed's along the back, but I added a table here with more cushions.
The Boler has inspired a whole new generation of fiberglass trailers. There's even a 3D printer version on display here. But for many of these diehards, original is best. Karen Pauls, CBC News, Winnipeg.
We could totally bond in one of those.
Seems like a good time, yeah.
Up next on The National, more on the legacy Aretha Franklin leaves behind and what it means to the singers and performers following in her footsteps.
And a little later, in our moment of the day, people around the world honor the Queen of Soul by belting out their favorite hits.
Today I heard that Aretha Franklin is gone. And I got one thing to say. I think I'm drowning in my own tears.
That's Aretha Franklin 9 months ago, delivering what would end up being her final public performance at Elton John's annual AIDS fundraising gala. Noticeably thinner, the voice a bit raspier, but nonetheless showcasing the incredible range and power that made people sit up and listen. Now, Franklin got an early start in the music industry. By the time she was 14, her father, a nationally renowned minister, was driving her from church to church. And not long after that, she headed to New York City. But her father's influence was far from over. On a visit home, he taught her a lesson Franklin says she never forgot, as she told the CBC in her first Canadian TV interview back in 1998.
I went to New York and I took a few classes, some choreography and some vocal lessons and things like that. And then when I went back home, I didn't think I was supposed to do housework anymore. This is too mundane for me. I'm not supposed to do that. I've been to New York. So I'm a star now, you know, that kind of thing. And everyone else was working, my sisters and cousin, and my dad came in, and I was just standing there watching them do what they were doing. They were sweeping and vacuuming and things like that. And he said, "What's the matter with you?" I said, "What do you mean, what's the matter with me?" He said, "Why aren't you helping to clean this house?" I said, "I'm a star. I'm not supposed to do that. I've been to New York." He said, "Well, listen, star, you better get in the kitchen and introduce yourself to all those dirty dishes in there." And I have not been a star since. Yeah, I really needed that. He grounded me and he gave me balance. And from then on, I'm not a star. I'm the lady next door.
Not like the lady next door at my house. A voice as powerful as the social barricades she sang against and overcame. A black woman in a white man's industry whose music crossed boundaries and maybe even changed some minds. To talk more about her legacy, I'm joined by Roland Martin, a TV host and a friend of Aretha Franklin's, and by Molly Johnson, a Juno Award-winning singer and songwriter. So good to see you both. I appreciate you being here today.
Glad to be here.
So, Roland, did that sound like the Aretha Franklin you knew and know?
Oh, yeah. I mean, look, she was a regular person. I mean,
We first connected in 2007. So what happened was she had her office, so she sent an email to my office in Chicago praising me for my work as an analyst on CNN. And my agent, Mark Watts, he sent me an email. He said, we got some email from somebody saying that Aretha Franklin. then they called. And then I get another email from him and he's going, keep that email. This is real. and so it wasn't until the following year that I got a chance to actually meet her. She was singing in L.A. In February of 2008. And some friends of mine, they had tickets and we went to the concert. And we're sitting about 20, 25 rows back, great concert. And so I said, well, let's go say hi. She sent me this email. And so we go backstage and her people are like, oh, absolutely, the Queen wants to see you. And so we go in and she goes, why didn't you tell anyone that you were here? I would have announced you from the stage.
Oh, man.
And I go, well, I mean, I was just here to join the concert. And so we talked backstage, we took pictures, and then from that point, she and I would talk, we would text, we would go back and forth. And Christmas, I talked to her on Christmas morning. My parents were at my house in Virginia, and we made this gumbo, and I sent her the video, so she called me and she said, I want some of that gumbo. And for 3 months, she would bug me about this gumbo. She would text me, and the last time we communicated was March 17th.
Amazing.
And I have the text. On March 17th, she sends me this text message, and she says to me, I want you to come to my house, make gumbo for 6, and she said, and I'll make the cornbread.
Well, I mean, that all sounds very down to earth, but Molly, she did perform. I know she did perform in fur coats with her purse on the stage. She was also
her purse
very
was
high
on the
glamour
stage because her money was. She would not go on stage till the promoters paid her in cash money, which she carried in a bag, right? Onto the stage with her, because that's the kind of business we're in.
Tell me how she came into your life, Molly.
Well, I'm a fan, and I'm a musician, and I'm a songwriter. And what I loved about Aretha was she wrote some of those songs. She wrote Rock Steady, which is one of my favorites. Just strong, solid, inspirational singer.
What was she like, though, in terms of, and I'll start with you maybe, Molly, on this, a black woman at that time in America, taking that kind of presence on the stage and pushing back. I mean, at one point, even, you know, her hair, letting it go natural and making a statement with that. What was it like for you? Yeah. What was it like for you?
Very inspiring.
Apparently.
Very inspiring.
But did it speak to you in some way?
It really did. Like, I grew up with Black American parents in Canada, so I was very connected and learned a lot about the civil rights movement as it was happening through the 60s. And she, along with Pop Staples and the Staple Singers, were really the voices of the civil rights movement. They created the music that was the backdrop for Dr. King. And I watched all that. The fact that she was in charge of her career in such a strong way was a real lesson to all of us girls coming up. When you look at Beyonce, when you look at Katy Perry, all of us, me in my little tiny way, you know, own our songs, make our decisions, find our voice, find our place because of Aretha, because of what she accomplished in her life. I think to your other guest's point, the fact that she loved his chicken gumbo, she was you know, she presented as a singer of the people. Yeah. She connected with us, all of us, in a way, through her authenticity. It surprises me not at all that she needed to get that gumbo recipe from you.
And sent text.
And it surprises me not at all that she probably made a very mean cornbread.
Roll it in about a minute, and that's asking a lot. But what was her impact at that time? What sort of impact did she have on the United States, sort of writ large?
She demanded respect. I mean, so the deal is you were not going to mistreat her. Whenever she performed, her purse was literally right next to her, below, by her feet when she played, and that's how she operated. Because look, they got cheated in the past. But let me also understand this real quick here. She appreciated multiple generations loving her music.
That's right.
2 of my nieces wanted to go meet her. I had a speech. I couldn't go. My wife went. And so they went to the concert, but Michelle Obama and Eric Holder, the Attorney General, were there, and they swept everybody out of backstage. She calls me the next day. She says, what happened to your nieces? I said, well, Queen, I said, this is what happened. She said, no, I told my grandson to bring them back. Let me call you back. She calls her grandson, cusses her grandson out, calls me back to apologize, and she told him, when I tell you to bring someone to me, I don't care if the First Lady is back there or the Attorney General. You take care of them.
That's good. Did you really call her Queen? Is that what you called her?
Oh, no. You don't call her Aretha. No. She's the Queen of Soul. And let me tell you, when I talk about she commanded the respect, when she performed at the White House in 2015, she had the air turned off because she didn't like air. And so when she rehearsed, they had to turn the air off.
That's right. That's why she wore the fur coats, too, to protect her throat.
Right. Well, Obama was late coming in, and she said, look, he need to hurry up because I don't like all this AC.
Okay, I got to stop.
She told me afterwards.
I got to end it, but I just quickly, just your favorite songs. Yeah, Roland, you first. Your favorite Aretha song.
Oh, actually, from the soundtrack Sparkle Curtis Mayfield did, Jump.
Jump, yeah.
Okay, and Molly, how about you?
Well, I loved the story of Otis Redding writing Respect and Aretha just taking that song away from him. So Respect for me, and Rocksteady. Daydreamer, I could go on.
Oh, yeah, no, you're going to choose all of them, I know it. Molly Johnson, Roland Martin, thank you so much. I appreciate you sharing your thoughts.
Thank you.
Okay, have a good night. And we'll have more on Aretha Franklin and the tributes pouring in from around the world a little bit later in the show.
But before we get there, at a time when newspapers are slowly dying across the country, Nick Purdon takes us to a local paper in Saskatchewan that decided to go all in and buy themselves out.
It's like a mom and pop shop now. You know, everybody's in, like, you know, it's not just jobs. It's our life.
Tonight on The National, the Vatican has responded to those accusations of widespread sexual abuse by priests in Pennsylvania. In a statement, a spokesperson expressed shame and sorrow and called the alleged abuse criminally and morally reprehensible. The statement comes 2 days after the release of a grand jury report accusing 301 clergy members in Pennsylvania of abusing more than 1,000 kids over the last 70 years. And the Canadian arm of Tesla is taking the Ontario government to court. In a lawsuit, the car maker says it was unfairly targeted when Premier Doug Ford's government decided last month to cancel the province's electric vehicle rebate program. That's something it's allowed to do, but Tesla believes it was excluded from a transition plan that allows customers buying some types of electric vehicles to still get the rebate. And that means hundreds of its customers no longer qualify. Donald Trump took a beating this morning. Hundreds of newspapers in the United States joined forces for a coordinated counterattack on the U.S. president.
They can make anything bad because they are the fake, disgusting news.
It may be the president's favorite mantra, but the Boston Globe says the incessant smearing of journalists as fake news is dangerous. So it put out a call to editorial boards across the country to fight back. And this morning, more than 350 papers answered. From the Tampa Bay Times, Trump's declarations undermine not just journalists and news organizations, but the communities and democracy we endeavor to serve. Or this, in the Topeka Capital Journal in Kansas. We go to restaurants and send our children to school. We drive the same roads, see the same doctors. We're not the enemy of the people. We are the people. And almost as soon as word got out, the president got a word in on Twitter. Judge for yourself whether those editorials made an impact. The fake news media is the opposition party. It is very bad for our great country, but we are winning. And the thing is, in at least one regard, he may be right. It's no secret, and the numbers bear it out. Newspapers in particular are disappearing. Between 2008 and 2017, papers in the States shed 45% of their staff. And here in Canada, the situation is just as dire. More than 60 dailies and 225 weeklies have disappeared since 2010. But employees of one small-town Saskatchewan newspaper have put their livelihoods on the line so they don't suffer the same fate. The Prince Albert Daily Herald has been around in one form or another since the 1800s. And as Nick Purdon explains, losing it would have meant losing a piece of the community. So they took a big gamble.
Good afternoon, Daily Herald. Hey, so what are you guys working on? Okay, your Crime Stoppers is filled?
Yeah, I think Sharon got the last spot filled today.
Right on.
It's Tuesday morning at the Daily Herald in Prince Albert, Saskatchewan.
I was thinking the logo is simple, it's easy, quick and easy to do.
The sales meeting is underway, and the agenda is really pretty simple. Sell enough ads in the upcoming grad edition to keep the paper afloat.
So like these are the ones for 3, these are for 5, and then...
It's a keepsake, full color, 24 pages.
We have to make sure we make money on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reality is newspapers are dying all over the world. And this past winter, Prince Albert's Daily Herald was on the brink. But then something incredible happened. To save the paper, the employees bought it and took it over.
That was a little scary at first, but it's actually really exciting. From day one when I started here 8 years ago, I've always loved it here. I've always enjoyed coming here, and I didn't want to see it going anywhere, that's for sure.
The question I have is, if big media companies fail, how is a group of everyday employees going to make a paper profitable?
So, Jason, I'm having you go on the conference call at 1 with the Premier. Premier's meetings.
Not surprisingly, the day begins with the reporters getting together to figure out what to put in the paper.
At 5, there's a recognition event for youth volunteers. It's at Pineview, I think. I sent you that too.
But there's a difference now. The push since the takeover is to keep stories more local than ever.
Game was last night, right?
The idea being, if people in Prince Albert see themselves reflected in the pages of the Herald, they'll buy it.
This is the different list than you were working off before.
There are other differences too. Where else would you find the paper's new publisher training the new sales rep on the accounting software?
So how come not everybody is on that list?
Because not everybody does Easy Pay. We're not corporate. We don't have all the overhead. We don't have all that. It's like a mom and pop shop now. You know, everybody's in, like, you know, it's not just jobs. It's our life.
And that's because this isn't just any paper. The Daily Herald and the town of Prince Albert have been together for a long time, more than 120 years. And in that time, PA, as the locals like to call it, has grown to be the 3rd largest city in the province. More than 35,000 people call it home.
Cool.
Jason moved to Prince Albert 3 years ago. When it's time for him to head out, I follow him out the door. So what's the assignment?
There is a group in Prince Albert that's giving awards to some volunteer students. It's one of those moments that is really important to the community because most big media outlets don't come down here and cover this stuff, right? That's definitely one of the more enjoyable parts of the job.
When the Herald was up for sale and the rumors were that it was going to close, Jason got calls from other papers. He chose to stay.
It's not a step I ever thought I would have to take in media. I never thought that I'd have to be part of a group that would buy a paper to keep it alive.
With his salary, Jason says he can't afford to invest in the paper yet, but he's doing his bit nonetheless.
I just don't get paid as much as I used to, is essentially what happens with me. But it's worth it. I mean, I don't regret doing it. No one put a gun to my head and told me I had to stick around and be a part of this. It's something I did willingly, and it's something that I'm glad to do.
Families, everyone, the staff, we all appreciate the work of our youth volunteers.
Can I get you all to just look at me real quick? And 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much for taking the time.
Oh, thank you so much for being here to cover this. This is so fantastic.
So how'd it go?
Pretty good, actually. It was one of those events where everyone's always happy to see us. A lot of people.
Jason grew up in Saskatoon and has lived in small towns all over the province.
I've lived in communities where the rink has gone, the school has gone, the grain elevators have been torn down. Like, I've been in communities where they lost all this stuff and they don't recover. I'm not trying to be super negative here, but it's so hard to recover from that stuff. And so, you know, to lose something big like a newspaper, I mean, it's something you just never want to see.
How many of these a day do you do?
25, 27, 28,000.
Let me see your hands. How do they feel?
Good.
Yep, I like doing this. Yeah.
All winter, Brenda worried about her job. Since the employees took over, that's safe. But she tells me that actually the biggest change is that now she feels part of something.
What kind of decision is that for a group of employees to step up and buy a paper?
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, for them to step out like this, and I'm excited because this group of people, if anybody can pull this off, it's going to be them. Yeah, they're going to do it. Yeah, we're going to do it.
When everyone involved in a business is on board, that's got to give you a chance at success.
This was way better.
Still, Donna believes the paper will only survive if they follow her new golden rule.
For these here, there's like landscapes. I'd like always a picture of a person on the front.
Yes,
Okay.
I try.
Okay.
Some days.
Because we need the faces in the paper, right?
Yep.
50 faces?
50 faces.
Yeah, that's our policy. Right, Jason? How many faces?
50 faces.
Alrighty.
I can tell you tomorrow, I'm putting the youth volunteers on the front.
That's excellent.
I'll pass.
We want the community to be involved with their stories and their sports and the schools. That's how it used to be. And that's where it needs to be again. And that's how I think it can make it work, is just giving the paper back to the people.
Hi.
Hi, Peter. How are you today?
Good.
And it seems to be working, because a local woman arrives at the paper with a story to tell.
They said from day one, no money out of your pocket. When you win something, that's what the prize is.
Jerry Lavallee's story is that she won a car in a contest, but they kept trying to get her to pay up front.
I already paid for the calendar.
Right.
You know, like, really.
All right, I'm gonna grab my camera and I'll get you to step outside here. We'll go outside. It's a nice sunny day.
Oh, beautiful. We go back a long ways.
Why did you turn to the local paper?
Well, I figured they like community stories, and I figured that I'm from PA. I've been here all my life, and I wanted people in town to know.
What does the paper mean to you?
Well, we look forward to it every day. We have been subscribers forever and ever. Our kids were carriers when they were young. It just means a lot. I'm so glad that the employees took it over and kept it open, and it's very important. It keeps you kind of in touch with your town.
What does a town lose when the paper shuts down?
There's no connection anymore. Like, it's just a sad thing. It's like losing your best friend.
A small group of employees running a paper when media corporations can't?
Oh my God. Okay, it's missing a 6.
Seems like a David and Goliath pipe dream. But then you see it. Maybe reconnecting with their community, like the folks at the Herald are working so hard to do, can be a blueprint to stop newspapers closing across the country.
Okay, thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
All right.
Nick Purdon, CBC News, Prince Albert, Saskatchewan.
Monday.
Now, Nick visited the Herald a few months ago, so we wanted to check in with the publisher again to ask how things are going today. And it seems things are looking up. She told us that more people are subscribing to the physical newspaper and its online edition as well. She says the website is getting more traffic, and the Herald has since hired 3 paid interns.
Our moment of the day is next. We'll bring you musical tributes from around the world and hear how Aretha Franklin inspired so many to pursue their dreams.
She showed me and taught me how to emote 100% true feeling. Would you believe I'll get up, put on some clothes, go out and help them find some...
It's cool. It's friggin' super cool.
It's okay to date the crazy guys?
I'm sorry I spent all your money on drugs and synthesizers.
The Great Canadian Baking Show returns Wednesday, September 19th on CBC.
All day, fans from around the world have been sharing their tributes for the Queen of Soul. And for many artists, that meant actually belting out their favorite Aretha tune. So we reached out to many of the people who posted videos of themselves singing, and we asked them how she inspired their music. Their response is our moment.
What you want, baby, showed me and taught me how to emote 100% true feeling.
Be it my mother, my brother, or my sister.
Her music was full of passion, and it came straight from the heart and touched mine.
Now ain't no doubt about it.
Aretha Franklin has inspired me so much as a singer, with how much soul and passion she put into everything she sang.
Looking out on the morning rain.
Embraced who she was, embraced her culture, embraced her passion, and brought people together.
I used to feel so uninspired.
My aunt gave me my first CD, and it was none other but Aretha Franklin herself.
And when it came, I had to face another day.
May she rest in peace. I love you, Aretha Franklin. What a blessing. Mwah.
Rosie, I am no singer, but I will say this. What I have always loved about Aretha's music is the energy of it. There is a life to it. And if I could, I'll say this. I still remember my wedding, you know, many, many years ago, and my wife and I, just before kind of going through the playlist with the DJ and thinking, okay, what songs do we want? And it was just Aretha Franklin, we want this song, we want this song, we want this song, we want this song. Because what belies the power of her music is just the simple fact that you could dance to it all night long.
Yeah, I've been dancing at my desk all day, just with my headphones in, and everyone thought I was crazy. And I'm not singing on TV, because I'm no singer either. But yeah.
You sure? We still got, I think we have 10 seconds left.
I think I'll pass. That's good. You can go ahead and sing us out.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. How about I say this? That's the National for this August 16th. Have a good night.
Night.
To fly away.